Hello and welcome to the next episode of vivekmehrotra.com. In our last three episodes, we have seen how Newton's law of motion, or what I call it as Newton's law of motivation, accurately applies to human nature. In this episode, we will see yet another physics rule that applies to human nature as accurately as Newton's law of motion. And this is resultant force. I'm sure you all must have played or at least seen the game tug of war. In tug of war, there are two groups of people who try to pull a rope to their respective side. Now, which side wins depends upon the resultant force applied by the respective group. According to physics, whenever there are two forces applied on the same object, the strength and the direction of the individual force decides the resultant force, both in terms of strength and the direction. For example, suppose force A has intrinsic strength of 2 units, whereas force B has an intrinsic strength of 3 units, and both are applied on an object O from two different directions. Ultimately, the effect of force on object O, that is the resultant force, will be diagonal to the direction of A and B. Moreover, the strength of the force applied on the object O will be less than the individual strength of both the force A and B, in this case 5. On the contrary, if both the forces are working in the same direction, then the resultant force will be in the same direction and will be equal to the individual strength of both the forces, that is A and B, in this case 5. It is observed that most of the time the managers in the same hierarchy, that is the frontline manager and the middle line managers, have different expectations from the same individual. Most of the time these expectations are conflicting. They not only give different instructions but also forces the individual to work according to their instructions only. Sometimes their instructions are not only contradictory to one another but also to their own instruction given earlier. Conflicting instructions coming from two different managers confuse the individual as to whose instruction he should follow. Ultimately, he or she resorts to an entirely different action which does not conform to the instruction given by either of the manager. Therefore, while giving instructions, keep in mind that your instruction should not contradict to the instruction given by either your senior or your own instructions given earlier. Well, this is not only applicable to our professional life but our personal life too. Imagine if parents give conflicting instructions to their children. What will happen? Again, children will decide their own course of action instead of following instruction given by either of you. And therefore, it is suggested that please do not contradict instruction given by either of the spouse. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like my video, to see more such videos, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel vivekmehrotra.com. Thank you.